everyone, it's me, John, with an extra edition of Johnny Vlogs this week. I've been hearing from some commenters on my videos that Alana G, known for the YouTube website Paranormalana, has disappeared. And I went and did some digging on this. There are a lot of rumors flying around. I had someone tweet me that they thought that it might be related to her coverage of the Kendrick Johnson case. I've seen a YouTube video saying that it might be related to her coverage of the Elisa Lam story. But quite honestly, I don't know if it's related to any specific story that she might have covered. I kind of have trouble believing that it's related to one of those specific stories because she wasn't she didn't dig very deep. She basically told what I would consider the basics of most of these stories, although she did it in a super entertaining way. I was a subscriber and definitely a fan of hers. And as a matter of fact, watching her videos led to the creation of Brain Scratch in some way. So my heart's a little heavy just thinking that we've lost a YouTube talent of this nature. Apparently she had come on the scene just over a year ago, and she already had 50,000 subscribers, which is definitely a success from my eyes. She had a lot of social media. Apparently she was on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, even her Google profile page. Everything is completely gone now. If you go to YouTube, it'll tell you that the channel has been closed. And it's unfortunate because even if she wasn't going to create new content going forward, her old videos still had a lot of value in terms of them being available for people to watch. I hope at some point in the future that this might get turned back on somehow, but I don't know if it's that easy once you go and shut down accounts and services like that. I don't know if you're able to just flip them back on. I think it varies basically from service to service, and it's pretty clear that she got scared enough that she had to take some pretty drastic action. I literally watched a video that she posted maybe 5-6 days ago that was her telling the story of her staying at a haunted hotel and featured some footage of her husband. It was a very personal retelling of what had happened to her in that hotel, and I thought it was, once again, very entertaining, very fun to watch. But anyway, so there are a couple of YouTubers, like I said, all kinds of different theories kicking around. I have found one page in particular. It's at archive.forplebs.org, and I will have the link in the description box below so you can check it out for yourself. They have noted the last of her tweets, and it pretty much, I think, tells the story of what happened to her. So here's the first one. Had a pretty scary stalking incident, so unfortunately I'm having to change the way I run my social media. No more Facebook. Okay, for me that suggests that perhaps the initial issue started popping up on Facebook. It seems like it's her first reaction. Okay, well I guess I'm not going to be on Facebook anymore. But that's just me thinking about it and considering that what I can get out of this very small message. Unfortunately, these are just tweets. The second tweet, I'm actually surprised it took almost a year for me to get my first violent death threat. Why are people dumb enough to post that stuff? So here we hear it's a death threat. It's really unnerving for me to hear about stuff like this, and why are people dumb enough to post that stuff? I have to agree with. A death threat is a death threat. It doesn't matter if it's done online, if it's done in person, if it's done over the phone. And if you think you're being funny or, trying to get the attention of someone using words like that, you're quite likely to get yourself landed in some hot water. And the only thing I question is, I hope that she didn't possibly get rid of evidence that she needs to prosecute that further by shutting all these accounts down. Someone should be reviewing this information, seeing if that was a death threat, and then tracing that account information back to whoever it belongs to. And that's another thing for me to just put out there. If you think that you're nameless and faceless just because you happen to be smart enough to build a profile that links to a bad email address or something like that, the authorities are way smarter than that nowadays, trust me. They're even using what's called dirty boxes, which I'm going to have to do an episode of Brain Scratch about at some point to explain to all you. But they will trace this information back. It is not untraceable. IP addresses, yeah, you can do some things to fake people out, to bounce them through other services, but in most cases, this stuff is pretty easily traced back to the source. So I do agree with her that it's pretty dumb to post a violent death threat to anyone online. Third tweet, I mean, my one uncle is a cop, the other two are criminal lawyers. Violently threatening me online will always turn out badly for you. You can see here that she is trying to strike back a little bit and bolster herself, which tells me that she is definitely rattled by this, and she's trying to respond. And if nothing else, Alana, I hope that you might see this message in some way. Please do talk to your uncles, process this thing to the fullest extent, make sure that people learn the lesson that they can't be harassing online personalities like this. It's not cool. Anyway, fourth and final tweet. Regardless, internet laws are changing. You can't just threaten to brutally harm someone and get away with it anymore. Think before you type. And once again, here I can agree with her. I do stay aware of changes that are happening around the legality of all this. And honestly, it doesn't even matter that it's internet content if it is a credible or viable death threat. And she seems pretty clear here that this was specifically a violent death threat. So that's it for the tweets. That's pretty much it for the information we have on her. I'm going to bring up a picture of her right here so you can just take a look at her. Honestly, in her videos, I never saw her, so I wasn't even quite certain how she looked. I did go to her Twitter account once, but I don't think I really checked out her profile pic too much. But here's a picture of Alana. And if nothing else, I know me and all of the Brain Scratch family are wishing you the best. We hope that you get this ironed out and can come back to the 50,000 fans you had, and all the rest of what you were going to do. It sucks because I think I've been following you for at least half of the time that you were active, and I could see how great your material was developing. Your production skills, or whoever you had working for you to pull those things together, was doing really good work. And it's a shame that just looking at this artistically, that's been cut off from everyone out here that is looking for content like that. I really had almost, wished at some point that I could collaborate with Alana on something for Brain Scratch or for her Paranormalana YouTube channels. And maybe that isn't off the table. Maybe someday in the future that can come back into play. But first and foremost, I wish her safety and comfort, and hope that she will do everything she can to stop any potential threats or even the stress of these threats from affecting her life too badly. We miss you, Alana, and you have a great method of storytelling, and we can't wait for you to get back to it. I'm pretty sure this is not the last that we will see of you. To all my Brain Scratch friends and family, thank you guys so much for letting me know about this. It's really a bummer. That's the second YouTuber that was giving me great regular content that I've lost in the past recent weeks, the other one being Russell Brand's The Trues. It's hard because these people really become a part of your daily thing, and you get to know their personality in a way, and all of a sudden when they decide that they can't create that type of content anymore, it can really kind of jar you a little bit. But this one in particular, because it feels like it's not a decision that she's making on her own, or deciding that this isn't the type of art she wants to do or something like this, it just feels like she's being forced into this rash decision of shutting everything down, and that is a real shame. And worth noting that there might also be consequences for whoever sent that threat in terms of damage to her businesses and lost income. So that's another way to be looking at this if this does indeed find its way into a court trial or some type of criminal charges. Thank you all for checking this out. I hope I was able to share some decent information with you about this. There's not a whole lot. Like I said, the link below is there for archive.forplebes.org. Please check it out for yourself. It's pretty well written, very concise, and there are comments below it that you can dive into with more people, theorizing on what could have possibly happened. And if you have any comments for me, please drop them below. I'll check them out and get back to you. Have a good day, and thanks for watching this extra edition of Johnny Vlogs. Take care.